Today, I'm demonstrating bottom-up provisioning for direct internet access over GPON using Intraway's Symphonica Service Orchestration and Activation platform, and our service installation app called TWizard. Here's a quick recap of the process. It starts when the customer places the order with the operator. The operator will input the order into the CRM or billing, and this will send a service order into Symphonica. From there, we'll see two things. One, Symphonica is able to orchestrate and activate the services both in the OLT and in the edge router. And two, the technician is able to use the TWizard app to guide that installation and validate the quality of the service in approximately 3 minutes. Let's see how it works. Once the service order is created in the CRM, it is sent to Symphonica. Right now, I'm in the subscriber management system of Symphonica, a CRM emulator, and here I've already received the order from the CRM. I'm able to look for the customer that was just created and the subscription for that customer. Here we see that the customer has a subscription of a 1 gig GPON internet access, but there's no equipment associated to it at this moment. It also has a subscription for an edge router service. When Symphonica receives the order, it goes to the inventory system and creates the customer in the inventory. It also retrieves a service ID that's later used for administrative purposes and reserves the required resources. It also goes to the workforce management and creates a work order. Going to the back end of the workforce management system, we can quickly see the pending work order to install. If we go into the order, we will see that we have one ONT to install, but there's no serial number associated to it. At the location where the installation will take place, the technician accesses the TWizard app that we see on screen. It has one DIA device to be installed, and he will follow the flow in the application to complete the installation. By opening the work order, the technician will see all the steps of the installation process. These are configurable to accommodate the operator's specific needs. In this case, the first step is to perform the installation. By clicking on the DIA installation, the technician will see the device to install, and will be able to associate the serial number of the ONT with the work order that he's working on. To do this, he takes an ONT from his stock. There's no need for pre-staging or calling the call center, and scans the barcode on the back. Now we have a serial number associated to the equipment. Once he clicks Install, Symphonica will on the fly go to the inventory and get all service resources. This, along with the auto-discovered facilities, will activate the service in both the OLT and in the edge router. The process takes approximately 3 minutes to allow time for the ONT to reboot and collect all the signal levels so we can validate the quality of service. While this is happening, let me share what's happening in the back end. If we go to the transaction history in Symphonica, we will see that the third transaction here is pending. This is the transaction that is in process right now. If I go into the transaction, I can see the BPM flow that was configured for this order. This BPM flow includes everything that Symphonica needs to do when it receives an order from the CRM for this specific service. It can include partial fallouts, total fallouts. In this case, it ends with the workforce management closing the order. In Symphonica, we can also see that it went to the OLT to create the equipment. It went to the inventory, got all the information, such as the VLAN, the interface on the core router, and the IP to assign. And then went to the OLT, and via SOAP, sends all the commands. We can see here the commands sent via SOAP and the responses. Same thing with the router. We can see the commands via CLI and the responses in the router that the VLAN was created. Back in the TWizard application, the technician is almost finished with the installation. It took 2 minutes and 45 seconds to complete the installation. Now the technician can see all the information from the ONT, like the vendor, MAC address, and most importantly, he'll be able to see the signal levels. Symphonica will evaluate these signal levels and give a pass, no pass to the installation. The technician will continue the installation process. The TWizard tool allows to configure all the steps in the process according to the operator's needs, such as customers signing for the installation. We also have the option to add any type of survey. It can be an upselling or satisfaction survey, any information that the operator may wish to collect. At the end, TWizard will generate a successful activation token for the installation. This successful activation token is later used to retrieve the birth certificate and for administrative processes. The technician also sees in the workload all the orders completed, including the one he just finalized. In the back end, we will see the birth certificate in the workforce management. It includes the signal levels, the signature, and pictures that the technician took, as well as the geolocation of the installation. Finally, in Symphonica, we will see in the customer view what service was implemented. If we look at the ONT now, it's associated to the subscription with the serial number. Same thing with the equipment on the edge router, so all the interfaces are there. This concludes the service installation process. And that's how we completed a process that normally takes at least a day for many subscribers because of the swivel chair in a few minutes. To round up, here are some key takeaways. The bottom-up provisioning is done on the fly, so there's no need for pre-staging or calling customer service. The operator can validate the quality of the installation before the technician leaves the location, reducing service installation-related complaints. And the birth certificate is automatically generated and stored in the customer file. Thanks for watching our demo. For more information on how Intraway's solutions simplify and speed up service activation processes, please visit the URL on screen.